Hi. For before in the previous videos, we have learned the concept and importance of organizational behavior. We have learned the historical developments of organizational behavior. We have learned the levels. So, in this video, we are going to learn about the challenges and opportunities which are there for organizational behavior. We are also going to learn about what and how the applications of organizational behavior. And again, later on, we're also going to learn about the models of organizational behavior. After the completion of this video, the unit 1 of organizational behavior will be complete, and you will know the basic concepts and the basic framework and how organizational behavior works and the models which has been developed on. And so let's get into it. So, challenges and opportunities faced by organizational behavior, right? So what are actually the challenges which organizational behavior faces? See, managers face a lot of challenges within the work environment. There are different industrial sectors engaging with human power. The size of these industrial operations is really large, and it satisfies a wide range of consumers, and the technology also brings in really new issues to the face, creating new challenges. Brings it in the forefront. So the nature of the workforce is also slowly changing due to the presence of firms across nations. And these are some of the following issues, which are the challenges as well as opportunities for organizational behavior. Firstly, I'll start with diverse workforce. So the current business organizations have a diverse workforce who vary in age, experience, educational qualification, and personalities. But a manager should know how to tackle this diverse workforce. At present, an organization has three generations. Firstly, a baby boomer, secondly, Gen Z, and thirdly, Gen X. So these people vary in their abilities and values and risk taking abilities. All the human resource management policies should be framed considering these different generations. Second is temporariness. So, business environment is dynamic and uncertain, and the needs and requirements of the jobs are changing frequently. It is essential to regularly update knowledge, skills, and the ability to cope with this uncertainty. Third is attrition. What is attrition? Employees move out of their jobs in search of better options. At present, attrition rate is high in most organizations, and the organization in turn has to retain the best talents. Here, negotiation plays a major role in convincing the best talent to stay with them. Then we have job demands. So the present day manager is different from the managers of the previous era. Why? Because this is due to the fast changing business environment. Interpersonal skills are also very important for the present day managers than any other skills. Then we have workplace behavior. What is workplace behavior? We must know how to behave in a workplace, in the proper way of talking, dressing, communicating, etc. in a work setting and in an era which is called the business etiquette. Then we have conflict management. So the manager may need to handle problems due to the diverse workforce and changing needs of employees. So managing conflicts is a really challenging task. Then we have cross cultural issues. So globalization has removed the barriers across the industries and encourages diversity in workforce. MNCs are operating across the world, and the company has to educate their employees on how to behave in another country. Then we have job attitudes. Now, what is job attitude? So, job attitude, as I had already previously mentioned, it is the attitude of a person who is working in the in the organization as an employee. So, what is his attitude towards his work and how it can be improved for the further improvement of his satisfaction and the improvement of the working of the organization as well. Then we have stress. So one faces psychological discomfort most of the time due to the uncertainties one faces in our daily lives. This may be due to the incompatible values, job demands, diverse workforce, etc. And stress may lead to the job. Uh, uh, it may lead to job benefit. It may lead to physical and psychological issues. And stress management strategies must be taught to employees to manage their stress. Then, further moving on, there are very different models of organizational behavior. So every organization is not the same. They are different, and they are based on different basis of models. That is why they're different. So here we have five models of organizational behavior. Firstly, which is autocratic, custodial, supportive, collegial, and system. So here, in as you can see the table, we have divided the models of organization in the base and segregated them on the basis of their features. Firstly, the basis of model, then managerial orientation, employee orientation, employee solid psychological result, employee needs met, and performance result. So, see, these models help us to have a better understanding of a concept. And organizational behavior models tell us the nature of human behavior in an organization. The models will show how the manager views the subordinate in an organization, and the models will also convey the change in the perspective of the manager towards their subordinates. Let's start with autocratic. In autocratic model, the basis of model is power. Here, the subordinates have to accept what the manager is saying. The managerial orientation, as it's written, the manager has the authority. The subordinates have no choice. They have to obey the manager. As it is written, employee orientation is obedience. Employee psychological result is that they become dependent on the boss. What the boss says they have to do, they cannot do what they think, they cannot give inputs. There's this downward flow of communication, and employee needs met with subsistence, and the performance result is minimum. Here the managers have the right to control the subordinates, and employees are not considered important to the organization. The communication is always top down, but in the form of orders, and employees are not even allowed to participate in the decision making. Second model which we talk is of the custodial model. It is based on providing economic security to the employees, and it gives intensive incentives to the workers. The managerial orientation is money. Money is the main driver of force here, and the employee orientation is that they get security and benefits. The employees psychological result is they have a dependence on the organization. Employee gets security, and the performance as a result of all this, because the employee is getting a lot of benefits, is passive cooperation. Because if after introducing these incentives, rewards, housing, and transport facilities, the workers got satisfied, and the monetary and non-monetary rewards were also really good to them. And it is seen that mainly in these type of models, the workers remained loyal to the organization. Then third, we have the supportive model. This model is based on the providing support to the employees or subordinates. Here, the subordinates get recognition for their performance, and managers help the subordinates to grow. And they include the subordinates in decision making. The basis of model is leadership, but the managerial orientation is not of authority as in autocratic, but of support. And the employee orientation is they work towards job performance. The leader motivates the people to work harder and to participate, as it is written, participation. The employee in this model, the employee gets status and recognition for their performance, and the performance result is awakened tribes. Then the fourth model is of partnership, a collegial model. It is an extension of supportive model, and here manages teamwork. Employees consider managers as their team members in achieving the organizational goals, and employees participate actively and take responsibility to fulfill their organizational goals. And the last model of organizational behavior, which is the newest model in organizational behavior, is the system model. It is organization as a system gives importance to good working environment and concerns for employees. Now managers serve as mentors and facilitators to guide them and solve their problems, and the environment is friendly where the employees own the company and work for its benefits. So here the basic model is of self motivation and jointly working to improve the performance of the organization. So this is the basic summary of what are the different kind of models of OB, and either uh, I any organization will be based on either of these five models. Next, when we talk of application of organizational behavior, we see that mainly it is used to understand the behavior of individuals, especially in an organization. And the major applications of organizational behavior are individual behavior, where every individual does not behave in the same manner at the moment. And so here, organizational behavior examines the fundamentals of individual behavior like age, education, experiential learning, etc. Attitude. So OB explains the types of attitudes related to job, and this helps in understanding the opinion of employees. Then we come to perception. So organization is the unique place which involves human reaction and interactions. So it is really important to know and interpret what we see and hear. This knowledge helps us to modify ourselves to create a good impression and a positive opinion about us. Then we come to leadership. So organization is governed by individuals who occupy different positions. So leadership development is a key area in human resources development, and organizational behavior helps to learn different leadership styles and relationships. Then we have motivation, encouragement, and inspiration for any work urges an individual to bring the best in an individual always. So there are different types of motivational theories like need based theories, process based theories of motivation, which show and encourage the employees how to work in a place. Then we come to values. The values are the basic principles which help individuals to work and which are important to maintain ethics in a workplace. Different types of values portray the basic constitution the basic consciousness which should be followed by an organizational and the individuals. Then we have change. So change is inevitable. Like we all know that saying that change is the only constant, but implementing changes in an organization with respect to structure, work, etc. is really difficult. So OB introduces different models of change to modify an organization for sustainable development. Then we have emotions. So feelings and emotions are responsible for success and failures faced by individuals. So organizational behavior concepts identify the techniques in managing emotions for successful interpersonal relationships. Then lastly, we have personality. So personality attributes governing an individual is an important criteria for judging them. So organizational behavior introduces many attributes which are specific characters of a person. So this is exactly what we had to learn in Unit 1. We learned the importance of organizational behavior. We learned the concept. We learned the historical developments, the three levels of organizational behavior, which are individual, group, and organization. We learned the application. We learned the challenges. We learned the basic models of organizational behavior around which an organization is based. So I hope we have gotten a clear idea of what is the basis and how we can further dive into the deep theories and the deepened understanding of organizational behavior. Thank you.